Hello out there, welcome to this tutorial. It's algebraic fractions and we are going to look at undefined fractions. So we take our first problem. For what value or values of x is the expression 2x plus 7 over x squared plus 3x minus 10 a not defined, b equals to 0. So we start with a. The fraction is not defined if the denominator is equal to 0. So we equate the denominator to 0 and solve the equation. This is a quadratic equation. We are going to solve this quadratic equation by factorization method. So to solve this equation by factorization method, we multiply the first term, which is the highest power of x, whatever you have there, multiply by the third term, which is always the constant. This equation must be arranged in its standard form. That is x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. If there's any other arrangement, so we have to rearrange and make sure this x squared and its coefficient is the beginning of this or the end, and the constant should be at the end or at the beginning. And this 3x, which is of degree 1, must always be at the center. It is then we now multiply the first term, which is x squared, multiplied by the third term, which is the constant term, which is negative 10, to give us a negative 10x squared. We look for factors of negative 10x squared. That's 2, such that when you add them, it gives the middle term, which is positive 3x. So the factors are 5x and negative 2x. So that is 5x times negative 2x gives negative 10x squared. So that we now add them as 5x minus 2x gives 3x. So which is the middle term here. So instead of this 3x here, we replace it with 5x minus 2x. So we go, this is x squared plus 5x minus 2x minus 10 equals 0. So here 5x minus 2x gives 3x. So this is still our minus 10 equals 0. Now we have 4 terms on the left hand side. We pick the first 2 halves. So that is x squared plus 5x. So we now factorize. The highest common factor of x squared plus 5x is x. So we have x outside the bracket. X squared divided by x gives x. So I have x. 5x divided by x gives 5. So plus 5. So I'm done factorizing the first part. So we go to the second part. That's negative 2x minus 10. So the highest common factor there is negative 2. So I have negative 2 outside the bracket. So negative 2x divided by negative 2 gives x. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 gives positive 5 is equal to 0. Then funny thing, we have the same thing inside the 2 brackets. So we pick one of the brackets. Then we go ahead. What is outside the first bracket? That's x. Outside the second bracket is negative 2 is equal to 0. So we have succeeded in factorizing this quadratic trinomial. So we go ahead to solve the equation completely. So now we have x plus 5 times x minus 3 equals 0. So it is either one of them. It is either the first one is 0 or the second one is 0. So we apply that appropriately. So we have x plus 5 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. So we now have x is equal to negative 5 or x equals 2. So if you take these two to the other side, So that is the solution of this quadratic equation. And these are the values of x such that this fraction becomes undefined. If you substitute x is equal to -5, the denominator becomes 0. So any number divided by 0 is undefined. If you also put x is equal to 2, the denominator becomes 0, and the fraction becomes undefined. So we go to the B part of the question. The fraction is equal to 0 if the numerator is equal to 0. So we equate the numerator to 0 and solve. So that's 2x plus 7 equals 0. So we take this to the other side. This is a linear equation. So if you have problem with linear equation, please watch some of our videos on linear equations. So we have 2x is equal to -7. This positive 7 going to the right hand side becomes negative. So dividing both sides by 2, which is the coefficient of x here. So divide the 2x by 2, we have x equal to -7 divided by 2 gives -3.5. So I have x is equal to -3.5. So if you put x is equal to -3.5 in this fraction, the numerator becomes 0. So 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So we have done justice to problem 1. So we go to problem 2. For problem 2, simplify 3 over a squared minus 4 minus 2 over 2 minus a, and find the values of a for which the simplified fraction is undefined. So we bring in the fraction. Here this is the denominator here is difference of two squares. Since 4 is a perfect squared, so we can have it as a squared minus 2a. So already a perfect square, and the variable is coming first. Here 2 minus a, I can manipulate this, because since I have a minus 2 here, a plus 2 as their factors, so I can also have this as manipulate this so that the a comes first before the constant. So here I have 2 minus a. Look for the common factor of 2 and -1, and that will give us a -1. So 2 divided by -1 gives -2, and -a divided by -1 gives +a. So I can rearrange what is inside this bracket so that a comes first. So I have it as -1 into a is positive here, minus 2 is negative. So we have it as transformed. Instead of these 2 minus a, we are going to replace with -1 into a minus 2. So we go ahead. So for the first fraction, 3 over, we are going to factorize, so that is going to give us a squared minus 2 squared, which later we now have it a minus 2, then a plus 2. For your information, if you expand this bracket, you have a squared minus 4. That's the purpose of factorization. Now we said we replace these 2 minus a with -1 into a minus 2. This -1 multiplied by this negative gives positive. So we'll now have it as 2 over a minus 2. Have it as a minus 2. Please remember, this has changed to positive because we have negative here. This -1 coming here will change to positive, because negative times negative gives a positive. Now we go ahead to simplify the fraction. We have a minus 2, a plus 2 here, and a minus 2 here. So the LCM of the 2 is a minus 2, a plus 2. So we have the LCM as a minus 2, a plus 2. Since we have a minus 2 here, a minus 2. So a minus 2, a plus 2 is the LCM. Now, this LCM divided by the denominator here gives 1. That is a minus 2 into a plus 2 divided by a minus 2 into a plus 2 gives 1. 1 times 3 gives 3. Then plus a minus 2 into a plus 2 divided by a minus 2 gives a plus 2. This a minus 2, we remove this a minus 2. We will be left with a plus 2 multiplied by 2. We have it 2 into a plus 2. Now we expand this bracket. This 3 does not affect this side. Please, you cannot say 3 plus 2 and now use the result to expand the brackets. It is mathematical blunder, and you'll be prosecuted. So take that. What we do is, this is plus 2 and it is only connected with this bracket, so we use this plus 2 to multiply everything inside the brackets. So we have this 3 here, then plus 2 times a gives plus 2a, plus 2 times plus 2 gives plus 4, then over a minus 2 into a plus 2. Now we simplify the numerator, collecting the like terms. 3 plus 4, so we now have 2a, and 3 plus 4 gives 7. That's plus 7 over a minus 2 into a plus 2. So we have simplified the fraction. Then we now go ahead to find the values of a for which the simplified fraction is undefined. So this fraction is undefined if the denominator is equal to 0. So that will give us a minus 2 into a plus 2 is equal to 0. To solve this equation, we have a minus 2 equals 0 or a plus 2 equals 0. So we solve the two linear equations. So take this negative 2 to the right hand side. A is equal to 2. Taking this negative to the right hand side, it becomes positive 2, or a equal to negative 2, because taking this positive 2 to the right hand side, it becomes negative 2. We've gotten the values of a for which the simplified fraction is undefined. So this is the simplified fraction, and the values of a are 2 or negative 2. That is to say, when you put a is equal to 2, this simplified fraction will be undefined since the denominator will be 0. Or put a is equal to negative 2, the denominator will also be 0, which makes the simplified fraction undefined. So we have done justice to this problem, and this is the end of the tutorial. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Uninab Resources, like and share this video. Until we come your way again, I remain your tutor, Abdurrahman Umar. Goodbye for now. Thank you.